Surprised? Well, to be honest, so am I. Brandon Carey here, and I wasn't entirely sure I was gonna play Deadlocked, but I thought about it. I was figuring out what I wanted to do for stream after the bouncer, and this was the first game that came to mind. So here we are. I got my old PS2 copy out. We're playing a legitimate copy of the game. And we are playing Ratchet Deadlocked. This is a very, maybe less controversial now that time's passed and people recognize that it is actually a good game. But at the time, Ratchet Deadlocked was a very mixed reception. There were some people who were not happy about this game. Some people who were very met on this game. But I think in the historical context, you've all kind of coalesced on the idea that this might actually be a good game. This is actually a pretty good game. And so we're going to play it. There's a co-op mode in this game, but we will not be doing that. We'll be playing on my own. And no save, so we'll make one. This might be my hacked save memory card, but I think that's probably fine. So we have a difficulty slider. I'm actually going to go to the medium difficulty. Here. We'll get started. Oh, it's Halo!
Gotcha. A dramatic conclusion to one of the most exciting episodes of Dread Zone.
It's a combat sport!
Captain Starshield, the #1 ranked gladiator, has been terminated by Ace Hardlight. Ace has now eliminated a record 13 contestants in the regular season.
He's killed 13 people. Yay. Yay him. Proud of you, boy. Think.
Incoming call from the mayor of Metropolis. The
Direct follow-up to Up Your
mayor of
Arsenal.
Metropolis.
Oh, you mean, right. Just a sec. Greetings, Mayor. No. Well, long time no see. No. So Metropolis still in one piece, huh?
Greetings, Captain. I see you're taking good care of
Smooth.
my old ship.
Well, she needs a lot of tuning up, but I've kept her running.
Of course. Anyway, I'm afraid I bring bad news. As you know, Captain Starshield disappeared over a month ago. I've just been informed that he's been killed.
Oh my gosh. No.
Oh, what happened?
Apparently, he was involved with some kind of illegal combat sport, something called Dread Zone. We believe it was being run by this man, Gleeman Vox.
This is an
An
odd...
underground media empire from within the Shadow Sector.
The Shadow Sector?
It's a lawless region of space on the fringe of the galaxy. Many other heroes have disappeared recently, and we fear that they might have met with the same fate. Ratchet, I just wanted to warn you before...
Unidentified craft approaching.
You the Lombax known as Ratchet.
I don't suppose you guys are here to fix the starboard engine, huh?
Uh-oh. This is an interesting premise, but honestly, just go with it. Just go with it and you'll be fine. Something called Dread Zone.
Yeah. We've captured Subject 209, Mr. Vox.
Excellent. Bring him in.
Yes, sir. We caught 2 strays in the process. Should we terminate them?
Give him collars and see if you can get some work out of them first.
Get some work out and get some free labor.
unconscious for hours. You're probably a little disoriented. How many fingers am I holding up? Whoops. Looks like we've got a feedback loop in the visual matrix processor. Hold still a second. How's that? Okay, now to activate your speech function.
Me out of this thing, you blarg-headed frack monkey! I can barely breathe and my tail feels like it's shoved right up my...
There seems to be a problem with the speech circuitry. I'll take a look at it later. Now hold still. Let's just see if I wired that teleportation circuitry right. The new armor you're wearing is standard issue for new contestants.
Contestants?
We will explain later. If you do not
This-
complete the qualification course in the allotted time, we will all be terminated.
This was also controversial.
We must calibrate your battlesuit's targeting matrix. First, look over at the holo target on your left.
There's a lot going on here that's kind of hard to
Place the holo target
talk
on
about
the
all at
right,
once.
Then fire. Good. Now shoot the holo target above you.
All right, Ratchet. Your movement
'Cause this
in
is-
working order now. Try getting to the top of that ledge.
This is very similar to Ratchet and Clank, but also very distinct,
I am
unique.
transmitting a digital mini-map representation of the area.
Even today.
You see it. The mini-map will show you the positions of nearby enemies. I am reading 3 more holo targets in your vicinity.
Even by modern RNC standards, this is a very unique game.
Good, Ratchet. There should be a teleporter nearby that will take you to the next stage of the qualification course.
Obviously, the biggest thing that you'll notice is that we are in Lockstrafe, which, even though this game is still had a mixed perception at the time, this is still more or less standard for Ratchet and Clank. From here on out, is this Lockstrafe control scheme.
Greetings, hero, and welcome to Dread Zone. Rest assured, you are now far beyond the reach of hope. There will be no rescues, no pardons, no possibility of escape. You are now a contestant on the greatest television program that Galaxy has ever known. A celebrity gladiator, battling for the pleasure of 1 billion screaming fans across the Shadow Sector and beyond. Chances are you'll be dead by tomorrow. But those of you who play the game with skill and strategy will earn a chance to win your freedom. So, good luck, hero. We'll be watching you.
His name is Vox, kind of like the animal
Ratchet, I have figured out a way to get information
that
to you
starts with an
without
F
Fox knowing. Pay attention to secret messages at the bottom of your screen.
and has a news program.
At the top of your screen is the experience bar. As you destroy enemies, you gain experience. When the bar is full, you will gain a level, and your nanotech will increase.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here that
R2 or triangle, and use the left analog stick to select any
at the
weapon.
time was very controversial.
Tap R2 to switch between recently used weapons.
Like the fact that Ratchet's doesn't have his face exposed, so all you see is his armor. That was a minor controversy at the time.
Note the deadlock collar securely fastened around your neck. This collar cannot be broken or removed. Should you stray into any restricted area, the collar will administer an extremely painful shock. Observe.
I hate this job.
Should a contestant become uncooperative or worse, boring, his or her collar can be detonated at any time with the push of a button. Well, there you have it. Nothing to lose your head over. Right?
Congratulations, Ratchet. You made it through the qualification course. Check your map. There should be a teleporter nearby.
Carbonox armor and similar armor was
Zone containment area.
in Going Commando and in Up Your Arsenal, but that was the end game upgrade, not the starting upgrade. And you could always wear a skin that you could still scratch its face even when you were playing normal gameplay, even then.
This place is crazy. I've always wondered what it'd be like to be a professional gladiator. I mean, these guys have the life, the fame, the money, the babes.
Try not to forget that we are being held prisoner by a criminal organization. This is no time for fantasizing.
Welcome, hero, to your new living quarters. Your luxury containment suite is equipped with everything you will need as a contestant on Dread Zone. Please make yourself comfortable. You'll most likely be spending the rest of your life here.
Welcome to the Quasar 0115 Gladiator Ranking Station. Other hero.
Ratchet, you should go find Al.
Mike Screech?
I have marked his location on your
Is there a
map.
problem with my
I
microphone?
think he has something to show you.
Oh yeah, there's my camera right there. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah. But like I said, like this being an auto lock strafe was also pretty
Ratchet,
unique
have you visited Al yet?
for the time, but it's also become standard RNC controls. So clearly, like, this was something that honestly they made the right call in taking this from Deadlocked and moving it over to the rest of the games.
Hey, Ratchet. I have something to show you. Meet your new battle bots.
Call me Merc. This here's Green. Hi, sir.
I got
Thanks for the
them off
clarification.
a former contestant who won't be needing them anymore.
Don't worry, boss. You won't end up like that last guy. I hope not. I still have nightmares about it. Oh, suck it up, Green.
Once you win a few battles, we can afford to upgrade them. Just come and see me whenever you want to juice them up.
Okay, Green. I love BattleBots too. I'm a big fan of Tombstone. Oh, you mean the ones in this game? Okay, never mind.
You ever been in country? Seen combat?
Me? Yeah, before I came here, I saw a little action. Didn't end too well.
Hey, nice digs.
Digs?
I mean, what's all the hardware for?
Ah, they call this the mission control room. Each contestant is assigned a mission engineer to monitor their progress.
Right. So, what's-his-face figured he'd save a few bolts and make you do it.
Ahem.
All right, fresh meat. Enough chit-chat. You're next up in the Battle Dome after Mobius Man. And from the way he's fighting, it won't be much longer. Now move it!
Ratchet, I will assist you any way I can.
Thanks, Clank. These guys obviously don't know who they're messing with.
There's some good animation work in this game, considering the times.
Attention, hero. Report to the Battle Dome transport shuttle immediately. Failure to comply will result in termination.
But yeah, like, you'll also see...
Hero or heroine, we thank you for choosing Vox Airways for your traveling needs. We do hope you have a pleasant flight. Sit back, relax, and enjoy our in-flight entertainment, courtesy of the Vox Network.
The Vox Network.
Something you should know. I'm not a real Tyrannoid.
Will you lose your lunch if you have to watch one more reality dating show? Is your blogs gone wild, video scratched from overuse? Then it's time to turn that dial to something a little more dangerous. Time for some real action. It's time to blow.
I love shitty advertisements in video games. Intentionally shitty ones.
Unethical and completely underground combat sport. Blasting straight at you, live from the Battle Dome.
I will say, it is a little laughable, the idea this is an underground combat sport that is watched by millions of people, including children.
They saved the galaxy 3 times over, but how long can they survive in the zone? Catch it live, right here, on Vox.
Yeah, it can't be that underground if little children are be merchandise too.
That is the Eviscerator's fourth victim already this season.
Yeah, they cannot be
Next up, we have,
that underground.
Ratchet? Yeah, I never heard of him. Well, he's probably just intermission material, folks, but don't worry. We have Grey Thunder and Hydro Girl coming up later, so stay tuned to Dread Zone. Well, here he is. He's a little guy, isn't he? Well, don't bother getting up for drinks, folks. This guy won't last 2 rounds.
We'll see.
I will say the helmet going on animation is pretty smooth.
Zone fans, this is it. Let's introduce our first contestant. He's a Lombax. He spent time in prison. He hates candy and children. Let's hear it for Ratchet and Team Darkstar.
Team Darkstar. Oh, did they fuck up the animation in the PS3 version?
Go ahead and press the down directional button to initiate the auto repair sequence. You can do this anytime a bot becomes too damaged to continue.
Oh wow, that is pretty bad.
You can press the down directional button at any time to make your bots regroup to your position.
I will say, this game does control very nicely. We are playing on 3-star difficulty. Gladiator. I bumped up a little bit from the first one because I want to make sure that we had enough stars to get to our objectives. We'll talk about that later. But I am playing on 3-star right now. But this is not going to be a comprehensive playthrough. We're just going to play to completion. Oh, I forgot we had... How do you change weapons in this? That's how. That's how. Okay, cool. Perfect. Alright, we're getting it. Yeah, this controls very well. And they give me ammo refill when I die. I'm already having a good time with this one. There is a reason that lock straight became standard in Ratchet & Clank games from this point forward. Because it's just a very intuitive control system for these games, especially since they became so combat focused. It's funny because at the time, these kind of linear combat hallways were a big controversy for the game. People were like, what happened to all the platforming? Why is this game pretty much just combat? But you look at what's happened to Ratchet & Clank since, and that's just kind of what the series has become, and it's not a bad thing at all. Like, modern Ratchet & Clank is more or less mostly combat focused. Because the combat has always been the strongest part of the game. The kind of platform hybrid, the hybrid platforming combat Ratchet and Clank. And hey, Onyx, you're right. You are correct. Some of the best bits of Ratchet and Clank were the arena missions, which were basically just small combat sections. So at the time, this game was super controversial because of how much combat there was in lieu of actual like platforming that the series started out with.
Ratchet, my scanners show an extremely deadly 70mm stalker turret ahead of you. You need to get behind cover immediately. The shields on that turret are impenetrable. You will have to use an EMP to take them down. Command your bot to toss out an EMP by pressing the left directional button. Excellent work, Ratchet. Now that you have survived the qualification course, you will be allowed to join us back at our containment area.
Love how each level has 15 skill points to it. Well, we didn't die.
Let's keep this quick, Box. Oh, well, far be it from me to keep the superstar exterminator from his busy social schedule. I just have one question for you. Okay, shoot.
Would you like to buy an Ace Hardlight video game? How about an Ace Hardlight lunchbox? Action figures, movie rights, collectible trading cards? Ace Hardlight is the perfectly manufactured celebrity, straight from the presses of the Gleeman Vox Media empire. So tell me, why is it that I can't give this stuff away?
Well, he's an insufferable prick. That's how.
Take a wild guess. It's because my fans can't stand Ace Hardlight. He's a pompous with the charisma of blogging nut cheese.
So, what are you saying, exactly?
Zip it, Wonder Boy. The little Billies and Susies of the world are spending 1 trillion bolts a day on worthless swag, and I'm completely cut out of the market. Either you start selling this junk, or I'll find someone who will. Now get out of my sight!
Not Blargian nut cheese, indeed. And we're all... I didn't realize that happened so quickly in the game.
Where you were going to compete.
I thought that was later that we started getting the Ace Hardlight as a washed-up has-been subplot.
Zone battle courses on other planets. It travels on a planned course. Any tampering with the nav computer causes the ship to explode.
But yeah, we're already getting to the like hyper-capitalist segment of this game. Oh, did I? Oh, I hit the wrong button, I think. Oh, we can do we can do a challenge while we're here. Because you see these you get stars for completing a game certain levels of difficulty. So since we're playing on medium difficulty, we get 3 out of 5 stars. And that's necessary because that's how you actually advance in rank in this game. That's how you accumulate points to progress, is by completing missions on certain difficulties. So we're gonna go on. We're going on 3 for that reason. But I think we actually have a hunting the containment cell first. I don't remember what the next progression is. I should check my map. Oh yeah, it's right up there. Anything to buy? I'll max out our ammo. Catacrom 4. It's funny, because at the time people were like, this is the halification of Ratchet, when... Honestly, Ratchet was already going in this direction. From Going Commando onwards, Ratchet became more and more of a combat-focused game. This was the natural conclusion of that arc.
As we kick off a brand new season of Dread Zone.
That's right, Dallas. And we're lucky enough to have a bird's-eye view of the action.
Even from up here, this season's Dread Zone battle courses look bigger and deadlier than ever.
It's a wonder contestants keep volunteering, isn't it?
That's a good one.
It's funny when they're not the ones doing it.
Really outdid outdid themselves in turning this once sacred robotic burial ground into a deadly Dread Zone battle core.
And look, here comes today's first contestant. Oh my, they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel to find these guys, aren't they?
I kind of like how
At home aren't too squeamish because the next one looks like a bleeder.
I like how they are trying to no-sell Ratchet.
All he has to do is make his way to the other side of this mountain pass.
Defeating enemies automatically upgrades your Dread Zone weaponry and improves your maximum nanotech level.
Like the part of the plot is how
Are impenetrable. You will have to use an EMP to take them down.
they are trying to
One of your combat bots is incapacitated. Use the revive
sell Ace Hardlight as the big hero of Dread Zone. And so to do that, they have to make sure someone like Ratchet, who has charisma,
Kick your best friend in the pants day. Free popcorn for
isn't
everyone who participates.
well liked. So they do a lot of trying to downplay him and undersell him. Perfect. Well, this is only phase 1. We have a whole 5 acts of Ratchet Deadlocked to play.
As Team Darkstar continues toward the Catacomb Burial Dome, they'll need to cross what I like to call the chasm of endless falling and eventual dying. In the unlikely event that they survive, they'll take control of the big, bad, and burly walking armored tank called the Landstalker. Good luck, kids.
Ratchet, you will have to capture all 3 nodes to extend the bridge.
I'm sure we will, Clank. But yeah, like as you can see, there is some platforming to be done here, but it is largely combat. We're going to be doing a lot of fighting in this game. Which was part of why I was a little nervous to do a Let's Play of it. Especially with all the people, like, talking in the background, so I wouldn't have a lot of time to actually, like, make commentary. Which is, my bread and butter, is to talk about the game. Both, like, plot-wise and gameplay-wise. Do I have jet boots or anything? Oh, I guess I gotta climb up over there. And that's part of why I was a little hesitant at first to even do this one. Oh, these weapons are fucking weak. And they don't stop spawning. Gonna walk past them. I'm hoping that I can carry the series long enough, but honestly I'm a bit nervous about that.
Ratchet, according to Dread Zone show requirements, enemies appear red on the radar. Allies appear green. Challenge objectives appear blue.
Thank you, Clank. There we go.
This is what they mean by gratuitous violence, Juanita. I'm gonna call my kids and tell them to stop watching just as soon as I have kids.
Oh, I hope you get used to that, by the way, because they don't stop talking. Just as these guys more or less don't stop spawning. And no, you're right, this game does not play around, especially since we're going a little higher than normal difficulty. Means enemies are a little more dangerous than they normally are.
Ratchet, you can expand your map at any time to get a better view of the area.
Did they close in as I was in the middle? At least all my progress is saved. At least my progress is saved. Okay. Is there a... hopefully, if I die... Okay! Okay! So this is how we're gonna play it. Let's see... Save... And we're going to... quit... and load back in. That is ominous. That is ominous. I would go online, but I don't have a network. I did it again. I literally made the exact same mistake. What if I just load? I can't believe I did that the second time. This is the same thing as Up Your Arsenal did in that one level. Hopefully it's just localized to this one level and not the whole game. Because we're going to be using the vendor a lot.